Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Diggity dank.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. New issue Nightwing news. I have Phil joining me as always.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
Professor of Nightwingology. That's right, we got new issues. We got Batman Brave and the Bold 15, we got Titans number 14, and we got Nightwing number 117. I can't believe this is part 4 of Fallen Grayson already. Looking at the cover, I was like, wait a minute, we really got one more part? What? I feel like it just started. Because, I mean, we'll get to it, but yeah, I was like this seems to move very quickly.
Yes.
All right, so I did I think I'm caught up. Watched Kite Man, hell yeah. As we suspected, no Dick Grayson. The only Bat family I really saw in the first episode, Kite Man gets he's trying to rob a bank and gets beat down by Stephanie.
Oh, she hasn't been in. Okay.
It's just a real quick appearance. Yeah, she's not in most of the episode, but yeah, that's pretty much the only Bat fan. Oh, and I guess there is one character from Harley Quinn who appears in every episode. They're they buy this bar, and guess who is working for them? Bane.
Oh,
so Bane,
I like Bane. I like Bane and King Shark. They're some of my faves.
So if you like Bane, yes, Bane is in every episode of Kite Man.
I mean, he's so ridiculous. I like Bane and Harley Quinn better than I like Bane and other stuff.
Yes, he accidentally gets thrown back to the 80s in one episode by this time travel toilet thing. So
nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to watch it, and I haven't. It's not done yet, is it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and I still haven't watched the Batman Cave Crusader, although I saw on the internet that there's no actual Robin, but there's like a little snippet where they go to the orphanage and there's a bunch of kids that share names.
Well, there is one episode. It's like at this carnival, and like Leslie Tompkins takes these orphans, and like one by one some of them start disappearing. Like first little Dickie disappears, then Jay disappears, Carrie disappears, was it Stephanie? Yeah.
Do they come back, or are they still gone? Maybe they're all secretly training to be Robin.
No, they found them now. So
okay.
Yeah, there's no hint that they're Robins or anything, but yeah, the little Easter eggs were there in that episode. No, it's good. I know me and Lilith both like Cape Crusader.
My friend said it seemed a little dark.
I mean, it's a little darker than the animated series, but I mean, it's even though it's more it's like kind of timeless like the animated series. It's kind of more like Golden Age Batman. You know, he got the short gloves and everything. And
okay, yeah, I mean, it definitely seems to me that they were making this Batman Cape Crusader not so much for kids the way they technically were making Batman the Animated Series, but for people our age who grew up on Batman the Animated Series. They're like, here's a similar cartoon in a similar style, but a tiny bit more adult.
Yeah, I mean,
is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little darker. I mean, kids might be I mean, some of it's a little dark. I mean spoilers, towards the end of the season you get Two-Face, and he does look more gruesome than like the animated series Two-Face. So
yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that
no
like kids can't watch it, because I mean there was some dark, I mean there's always some dark things in superhero comics.
Yeah.
But
no, because I think was it Bruce Timm? They I think they threw out whether he wanted to do like a continuation of the animated series, and he said no, he wanted to do something different. So
well, good, because at the end the seasons with the one animation style were pretty good, and then it kind of
Red Skies episodes. Oh yeah, Lilith hates those. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I refer to them. I mean, technically, I think it's the new Batman Adventures, the one that has the different animation style. I don't like it as much.
Well, yeah, the only redeeming quality is it has Nightwing in it.
There are a few good episodes.
Yeah, there are a few good episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the animation style. Bruce Wayne's eyes look like they have no pupils. It creeps me out.
Oh, the Joker looks like he has no pupils and no red lips. It's weird.
Yep.
All right. So
all right. Other thing, I've got this sweet the Nightwing toy. It's pretty good.
66.
It even has chest hair though, which I'm not super jazzed about, but otherwise it's pretty good.
Oh, it's a 60. It's in the 66 style, right?
Yeah.
Did you find that in the store? Or did you get that online?
I got it on Amazon.
Okay, I was gonna say I haven't seen it in any stores. I
saw it listed, but yeah, I wasn't sure, but then I was convinced by these sort of like awesome bell bottoms of it. I was like, sweet. And also, he comes with Crunch and Kronk, so I should open it. Maybe there's like comes on the little backdrop. I have the Robin one upstairs. It's like, I don't know, they always talk about it's better to keep your collectibles in the box, but I mean, like, let's be real. This only cost me $20, and they're going to be selling probably millions of them. I don't think I'm going to like be retiring on that.
Yeah, but I was going to say, does Burt Ward make any appearances? Man, get that signed by Burt Ward.
Maybe.
Or Chris O'Donnell.
I mean, he does make appearances sometimes. I saw him once at a convention.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when I lived in LA. Because
he still lives
there. I did when I was in grad school.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, let's get to some issues here.
Okay, we should probably do this one first, right? Since it's the oldest.
It is the oldest, yes.
Okay, except I feel like I already forgot what happened. So
I know, me too. It's been what, like 3 weeks or something?
Yeah, the next one comes out next week. So yeah.
That's kind of what the schedule's been like. Yeah, it's the conclusion. So this is the penultimate part, kids.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember. Maybe it was just that I was in a better mood and I paid more attention when I read this one. I don't know, but I liked this one much better than the second episode or second part, whatever.
Yeah, and then too, I think it's you kind of start getting some answers and stuff, and
yeah, it made more sense.
Things are moving along a little smoother. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It felt more satisfying. How about that?
Yes. Yeah. And just basically walking through the woods and they finally what's this? Oh, and then what is this? That temple thing. That looks like it's built from like a circus train.
Yeah.
Yeah, as basically a blood sacrifice going on, and that Stella's there. So yeah, I mean, again, we're gonna get more Deadman in the Nightwing, or pretty much every issue. We're gonna get some supernatural stuff. So how do you feel about Dick? In all these supernatural stories.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like him and Deadman being friends because they're both trapeze guys.
Yeah. And again, it's like if anyone's going to be friends with everybody in the DC universe, it's going to be Dick. It's more than Bruce, even.
Right. And to be honest, given some of the other crazy shenanigans that happen in the DC universe, this does not really feel that supernatural.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Stella?
I mean, I guess it is, but like they're facing all these wild alien threats, and the
yes,
multiple Earths collapsing in on each other. Some ghosts, man. That's nothing.
You know what I was? That's the other thing I was going to say. I didn't pick it up, but the new DC vs. Vampires miniseries came out. I for some reason I didn't pick up the first one. Maybe because Dick's not in it, because we know why.
Yeah, he did. Mhm.
But yeah, it's basically because Lilith got it. She says, yeah, you know, of course Barbara's queen of the vampires now, and I think Green Arrow's on the, you know, on the resistance side, because I was like, yeah, well, basically most of the Bat family's gone, you know, except for little vampire Damien, I guess.
Yeah, well, and maybe Cassandra will be in it at some point.
Oh, I don't know, maybe. Because I don't know if that's another 12 issue or something, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I heard about it, but yeah, I haven't read it. I figure it's like sometimes if you can have patience, eventually it will make it onto
Yeah.
DC Universe, and then I can just read it then.
Yeah, and sometimes some of those are better, like if they collect it and you just read it all at once.
Mhm. Yeah.
And again, we're not in a rush because, like I said, Dick's not in it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, it's kind of like I'm somewhat interested in that Batman Dark Age.
Yes, yeah.
And I know Dick's appeared in it now, but like, let's just wait till the whole thing's out, okay? And then we can read it all at one go and do it, okay?
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, that he did show
So
up.
I don't have to buy it.
I mean, he didn't show up until, God, what was the last issue? It was either 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think it's about to be issue 5 of 6. I think I saw him come in at 3.
Yeah, I don't know if he even came in that early, but yeah, I mean, I think he's only been in 1 issue so far. So yeah, it's so, you know, again, it's kind of like Bruce Wayne in a little bit in the future, kind of thinking back on his life, and they show him kind of aging in real time.
Yeah. I read the first issue's already out for free on
Oh yeah.
DC Universe Infinite. So I read it and I was like, this is interesting. The art, I'm kind of like, it's not my favorite. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I feel like it's only okay. But yeah, it's one of the things that like I'm interested in reading it, but I don't want to pay for it.
Because they did a Superman one a little while ago. So yeah, now they're doing the Batman one.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, I guess are we at the end of this? I thought it was, yeah, freaky how, I mean, you kind of saw it coming, but it was still cool anyway. That it was like, the hand doesn't mean I'll catch you. The hand means I'm gonna push you.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna pull you with me, kind of thing. Sorry.
And again, it's a Deadman thing, but it's like so weird when it's like, oh yeah, they're attacked by this group, but then like Deadman just like takes over like the woman in charge and stuff. And it's just like,
yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, no, I mean it's something different, but yeah, I like it what they did here.
Well, and I mean, and it's always good when, because yeah, it was funny when they made that comment earlier about, it's like for two guys who are so similar, we don't hang out that much, and it's nice because sometimes I think that a lot, I mean, particularly since Dick is such, like, Batman is such an old character, a lot of these characters, they get built up over time, and then you realize, like, these people have all of these similarities.
Yeah.
Why are they not friends? Why do they not interact more? So it's always, you know, kind of gratifying when they realize, like, oh yeah, these people actually probably have a lot in common. Maybe they should hang out.
Yeah, but then too, it's like, yeah, of course, Deadman's kind of a supernatural character, but like for the longest time, I mean, again, Dick did help fight Trigon and Titans and stuff, but it's like, look at the 90s, like the Chuck Dixon run, and like even later on with Devin. For the longest time, the bad characters were very in their own books were very like grounded, street level.
Yes. Oh yes, that reminds me. I did get the Nightwing 20th anniversary of Nightwing Year One.
Oh,
a new thing came out, and I partially got it because I wanted to read the notes that they came with, and I will say they perceive, or the way being Dixon and Scott, mostly Scott Beatty as opposed to Scott McDaniel since he was the art. They seemed to perceive it a lot more as, oh, we're just filling in, which I thought was interesting. They say more as we're just filling in the gaps of what, like, they see it as being kind of integrated with the new Teen Titans story, which I find to be very fascinating. And I feel like if that was their intention, that it didn't come across that way, because I feel like it's a different origin. And maybe they're thinking a little more of the kind of when Jason came around 2.0 and Dick gets shot and then fired, kind of in there. But I mean, they make Bruce, like, firing Dick is not what happens in the original new Teen Titans. Oh, because they kind of pick up on, Dick goes upstairs and pops open that suitcase, before he goes down and reveals himself to Jericho. And their thought was kind of, Scott Beatty, I think, kind of initiated it, actually. Where did he get that suitcase? So they kind of see it as whichever issue, 38, 39, 37, whichever one where Dick and Wally both quit.
Yeah, 39.
Then they see it as like their version is inserted in there, like he finds himself and this is like his saga of becoming Nightwing. And then when it's over, it picks back up with the Judas contract. Yeah, I was like, interesting.
Yeah, again, when characters have been around for so long, the writers are always kind of like, let's can kind of thread this new story through here and bring it back up to the next.
I can see that, and I can see that a bit. And I think the only thing that I think doesn't work a little bit for me is with Bruce being so vehement that, like, I'm firing you because you're not paying 100% attention to me, and I can't have that. And then they were both very much on the, like, Dick and Barbara, kind of like, because of that era, they were like, Dick and Barbara were meant to be together. And that, like, they were trying to show that some in there, which.
And again, it's so weird with continuity too, because he becomes Nightwing before Crisis on Infinite Earths. And, and remember those stories. Barbara was a little older than him and the Congresswoman and stuff. Then Crisis hits and he's still Nightwing, but so much of Bruce's history has changed. So it's like, and again, the whole thing with Jason's origin changes. So it's not like, oh, hey, fellow acrobat anymore. It's like, oh, hey, Bruce takes in this street kid. And
so anyway, I thought it was interesting hearing their thoughts of what they thought they were doing. And I mean, well, I prefer Dick with Barbara because I just kind of like the Bat family more. It a little bit annoys me when they try to push too much, like, Dick and Barbara have always been meant to be together, that kind of thing. Because, I mean, this relationship with Starfire and New Teen Titans was very well written. And Marvin George did a good job with that. And I don't know, sometimes it feels kind of disrespectful when people are like, oh, well, that was just a thing that happened when he was, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not much of a romantic person, but it feels like you can be in love with more than one person in your lifetime, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, I was always meant to be with you, but it didn't work out right away, so I was with someone else, but I know it was always supposed to be you. Like, really?
Yeah. Again, Barbara's my choice for him, but I think a lot of that's like a lot of retroactive. It's like, it goes go back and fill in the blanks here, because before that, especially before Crisis, no, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, you're right. And I get it. I mean, when they wrote it, Nightwing was much more of a Batman character, so they needed it to, like, be more Bat focused, and it does fill that in. And
again, it depends what kind of relationship you like him in, because I think him and Barbara are very similar, but on the other side, it's a lot of one of those things where it's opposites attract. Him and Corey are so different because he's so planned and calculating, and meanwhile she's just the free spirit and very in her emotional state. And Earth, Tamara. So yeah, it depends on
Exactly.
what kind of relationship you like for Dick. Someone similar, very similar to him, or someone completely opposite of him. Speaking of Titans,
Right, yeah, fair enough. Yes. Sorry, I got us off track,
no, that's
but I
fine.
wanted
No,
to
this is the place.
but I want to put that out there that also came out and like, yeah, it was all right.
And again, we should be getting. I mean, for a character who doesn't have his own like animated series or TV show or a movie, I mean, Dick is very popular these days. I mean,
He has his own section on the DC shop, so he's going places.
exactly. James Gunn.
Well, next year he'll be 85, so
Hopefully. Oh man, come on, let's do something big again, DC. Come on.
all right, so you want to do Titans first, you said?
Yeah, let's do Titans. I like saving Nightwing for last.
So this was so weird. I got an email from Amazon about they were saying that it was going to be delayed.
The digital copy.
Yeah, so I was like, "What's up with that?" And then later today, they were like, "Here's a receipt for your purchase." I was like, "Aha!" So it wasn't delayed.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say after you said that something like that, I remembered something like it was was it like 2 months ago or so? Yeah, Russell, who does Energon Universe with me and Justin, he was like, because we do these we do like 4 books a month, like the Transformers and GI Joe stuff, and one of the books was like, I guess he was buying digital. It was delayed, and we are like, wait, what? Because like the physical copy had come out. We're like, shouldn't it be easier to get the digital copy out than the physical? Shipping
That's weird.
stores and stuff. But that's so. After you mentioned that, I was like, oh no, hopefully that didn't happen. The Titans,
Oh, they got it. They got it together.
unless they just get a bad foul or something. I don't know.
I know, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, maybe it was more like 3. I think I got an email and they were like, "It's here." I was like, "Aha, okay."
Yes. So yes, we see Donna woken up by Dick, who says, come down to the safe room. And basically explain to her everything that's going on with Raven, and Dick was saying, tells her about how he partitioned his mind and only had access to all this while in the safe house. So,
I also like how all of his friends just went with it. They weren't like, "What?"
Look at the world they live in. I mean, demons and death strokes. I mean, come on, they've seen it all.
I do see how like a little shout out to the animated series when they wake up Starfire, Silky's next to her.
But I love when they're like explaining it. They're like, "Oh, well, first thing, let's go wake up the rest of the team." I'm like, aren't they all standing there except for Starfire?
So yeah. Well, I guess they already woke up the rest of the team.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, they try to use Donna's lasso persuasion to basically try to reject Raven's mind control, because they even said, Dick even says, yeah, she wiped our memories at least once. So
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm glad that it didn't affect. I'm glad that it didn't affect the security camera or surveillance cameras or whatever, but sometimes you'd think they would have thought of that.
What?
I guess demons need to start developing, security camera spells now.
Yeah. Yep. I'll keep up with the times. But yeah, they go to confront.
That's right. See, this is my jam. Demons are still working on medieval level technology.
Okay. Got to get in that web, kids. But yeah, they go to confront Raven, and who's standing there? It's the Spectre and the 2 demon brothers.
I just want to say, people laugh about, which I get it, but I love it. So they laugh the original Robin costume. But what is this? Spectre doesn't even have a shirt either.
Well, yeah, it's very manly wrath of the wrath of God or whatever. Yeah, come on.
I mean, the dude is literally just walking around in a cloak, gloves, and underwear.
I mean, it's drawn by a modern artist, but that's pretty much the original look. So yeah.
No, I know.
I know.
I'm just saying that it's like what? What? At least Robin had a shirt on.
Yes, this is very 1940s. It's like, okay, a supernatural character, but he needs to look like a superhero. But yeah, no, the Spectre tells them, yeah, Raven ran because she chose not to confront me and her brothers here. So they're going looking for her. Basically tells the Titans, this fight is beyond you. Do not attempt to stand against heaven and hell. I love Cyborg. We standing against heaven and hell? Donna, of course we are.
That's right.
So they say they have to find her first before Spectre and the demons do. And then, yeah, looking through all the secure satellites and security cameras, Cyborg finds them. I love when he says he found them. Tempest, incredible. Not really. They're not exactly hard to spot.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, when you put it that way.
Yeah, because they're basically the demons look like giants trying to like fry.
They're like Godzilla.
Yes. And they're like, they'll let her run. She's like, I'm not running from you. Because I know this is how it has to be. Yeah, I guess she gets Trigon staff, and then she grows tall, way bigger than them. She goes, we're not equals. You are not my rivals. You're just the missing pieces, because she absorbs them too.
Yes, and then just one more to go. Does that mean she wants Spectre?
Yeah, because I think doesn't she? Because yeah, that's what she kind of does later on here, right? Because after he basically cuts her in half and fails, yeah, she absorbs him too. It's almost like she's like she's grabbing them and throwing them in stones. Yes, very Thanos-esque. She's just like.
Next thing you know, she's gonna snap, and we'll see what happens.
Yes. So yeah. But the Titans are, she says, "I'm not the Raven you know. I love Gar. Are you so sure?" She's like, "What do you mean by that, Dick? We won't allow harm to come to you, but we won't allow you to take this any further. Titans, take the stones. Release Rachel." And yeah, that's when it looks like she's cut in half by the Spectre. Kind of puts herself back together. Because it kind of looks like, when Gar's trying to get through to her, she's like, "Oh, that's sweet." Then she's like, "Oh, sorry, I was messing with you."
I know, so rude.
I know. So yes, but yeah, she tells the Spectre not just face me or face the power of all of us. She goes, "Oh, God's wrath sounds useful." Yes, and absorbs him too. And then we get the Darkwing Queen full form.
Yep.
But then, the new Swamp Thing shows up. Says the Green is in pain, and he's trying to hold everything together. But then, Starfire tells her, "Raven, we don't want to hurt you." And she says, "Don't worry, Corey. You couldn't possibly hurt me. It's not just me you have to worry about." Swamp Thing's like the earth is screaming. And of course, who shows up but Daddy Dearest?
Yeah.
He said it. He says, "Daughter, Darkwing Queen, it is our time." So that's when Dick puts out the call. Broadcasting on emergency channel Omega. This is Nightwing. The Titans are facing 2 extinction level beings. We need reinforcements. We need every hero on Earth. So his next.
Now, how's that going to happen though when they're fighting this other crisis?
I don't know. Again, is the timeline going to be like, oh, this takes place before absolute power, or takes, I don't know. So we know next month's Nightwing is Tom's last. So is next month's Titans going to be his last too?
I think so. Yeah, it's all the new people start in October.
So that sounds like, Tom Taylor's final issue. Everybody's coming in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right. So what did you think? Mm. Again, I can't wait to see when everyone comes in. Because yeah, we're gonna have to like see how Tom wraps this. Well, this all up, and oh my god, he's gonna be wrapping up in 1 month on the same day. I think, yeah, Tom's gonna be wrapping up both storylines.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so should we get to Nightwing? Always my favorite.
Let's do it.
All right. So yeah, kids, Fallen Grayson, part 4 of 5, the penultimate. Again, things are. All 3 of these are gonna be wrapping up next month because yeah, that Batman Brave and the Bold story is gonna be the final part too.
Yep.
At least in Nightwing, yeah. Yeah, so we get a flashback of then and now of Boston Brand working with Dick. He's working with him now, trying to help him get over his fear of heights.
Hold on, I gotta scroll back.
Okay.
Yeah, but I liked how he was wearing green shorts and shoes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because in the flashback as a kid, he's like, Mr. Brand, he's like, it's okay, I'm here with you, Dick, but you have to do the next part by yourself. Then I love in the present, yeah, Deadman's like in Dick because he's like, you know, he's like, oh yeah, I got you up here. Now it's up to you to get yourself down. Yeah, classic exposure therapy, just like we did when you were a kid, he says. He says, not like before when you had to climb the high places like a boring, non-possessed person. So yeah, he's basically hanging from this from the tightrope, and he said, basically tells Dick, he's like, I'm not expecting any major moves from you. All you need to do is drop, like basically into the net. And Dick's like, I can't. And then kind of get blackness, and then Dick's on the net. He's like, what happened? And Deadman's like, the good news is you dropped. The bad news is you were unconscious when you did it.
No, that was freaky. I was not expecting that.
Yes.
Oh, I do see now. So originally I read this on my phone, and so I didn't see the little like star things or whatever. But okay, yeah, now it's more noticeable to me that I have it on a bigger screen that he was passed out.
Oh yeah. Because yeah, Deadman says you're holding something back. He's like, what? He's like, I don't know, something you're hiding from yourself, deep down. He said, until you face it. He's like, I don't think you're getting past this, no matter how many times I leave you in high places. So he tells them they need to try something else. Exposure therapy is one thing, but you also need to learn how to relax. That's something your entire family is notoriously bad at.
That is so true.
Yes. Yeah, if you can find a place of calm before you leave, you can't be stressed at the same time. So he tells him you basically need an advanced course in relaxation. He's like, yeah, what are you thinking? Scented candles and a bubble bath, which is basically what he gets. But now we
scented bath too with special Nanda Parbat thingies.
Exactly.
Flowers.
But he's basically thinking over, I guess, the last couple months, and then he's like, Bruce said he was poisoned, all the villains he encountered. He's like, I can't think of any instance when any of them could have poisoned me until it hits him. I love he runs to Deadman. He's like, do you have internet here? It's an ancient temple on top of a mountain. Right, stupid question. No, I meant, of course we do. The people here have to do a lot of work remotely.
That they do.
So, yeah, so Dick calls Barbara, and
I think that was my favorite part.
What?
The internet exchange.
Oh, yeah. I love she's like, where are you at? He's like, isn't it obvious? And Deadman's like, she can't see or hear me.
You think he could tell? She could tell by the outfit, though.
Yeah. But he tells her about Nightwing 105 when Shelton Lau offered him that glass of water, and she's like, you drank it?
You knew something was up with that.
Yes. She's like, you drank it? And he's like, I watched security guards come through a gunfight and a train explosion. I was thirsty. I didn't think much of it at the time. But then she tells him, yeah, Heartless is posing as Dick Grayson, and we think he knew you'd been poisoned. And he says, yeah, Shelton Lau is Heartless. But she says, yeah, we'll check out Shell Pharmaceuticals. I'll have Nightwing 2 investigate. He's like, huh? Next thing we see, Nightwing 2's punching a guy in the face. I love Barbara. Nightwing 2, what is it? She says, yeah, Nightwing 1 may have a lead on the poison. Shell Pharmaceuticals, run by Shelton Lau. And Bruce says the man who was with Dick Grayson before he collapsed from smoke inhalation, before he was found with a murder victim. Basically, this is a cool way of Tom Taylor basically recapping, basically Bruce going over the clues again. I don't know if it's the art or just the angles, but I think Bruce looks better in this costume than he did on the end of the last issue.
Well, he's not as zoomed in.
Yeah, maybe. So they're talking about the poison, and Bruce says, I'll look for it while I'm here. And Barbara's like, while you're where? He's like, I was already looking into Lau. Of course. The world's greatest detective. So yeah, then that's when after they sign out, Dick's talking to Deadman again, saying, yeah, there's a killer in Bloodhaven. I'm doing everything I've done. I have to get home. I know what needs to happen. I just don't think I can do it by myself. I need a push. I am sorry to ask you. And Deadman, oh, please. There's nothing weak about this. It takes courage to ask for help. You'll still have to face whatever it is you push down so deep inside, but I can put you in a place where you will have no choice but to face your fear of leaping.
That was good, though, that there's nothing weak about asking for help. That's right.
Yes. So, yeah, basically puts him on the side of the cliff and, basically, comes out of him and says, the rope's gone. He's like, there's no way back up. The only thing he has is a parachute on his back. So he says, if you want to leave here, you're going to have to fall. And he tells him, good luck, kid. We just see Dick standing there. And then, is this a nightmare about his parents? About them falling and basically just telling them, it's okay, you belong down here with us. You know you do. Then we see Boston come back. He's like, you've been stuck up here for over 24 hours. He said, I know I said I'd leave you, but I'm a ghost, not inhuman. He's basically like, Dick. He's like, that's when Dick says, I know what I was hiding. He says, don't worry about it. And then Boston's basically like, don't worry about the next bit. He's like, make sure the parachute's on tight. I'll get us down. We'll try relaxation again. But we'll try, with all this. And Dick just says, thank you, Boston. Thank you for helping me get this far. But I'm ready to fall. And I love that splash page. Yeah, him just diving off that cliff. Yep. Pretty much almost with a smile on his face. Yep. Then it says a week later, so.
It's a long walk, remember?
Yes, yes. Trains and cars, and yes. But yeah, we see Dick and Haley are back.
Yeah, I can't leave Haley.
Oh, of course not. So yeah, we see, comes back to Barbara, and she's like, are you okay? Are you back? He's like, yeah, it wasn't pretty, but I'm back.
And then cough.
Yeah, Bruce comes in. And he's like, Bruce, you filled in for me. And he's like, yeah, with Dick Grayson demonized, we felt it was important for the city to see Nightwing was still out there, that they still had one hero fighting for them. How did you do it, being me? I patrolled each night. The suit is snug. He says, I quipped twice. He's like, impressive. I quipped twice. I wish we could have seen that.
I know. They denied us. I guess we'll just have to imagine them.
Yes. Come on, Tom Taylor. Give us a backup in the next issue. Just a page or two of Bruce quipping and how much it hurts. But he tells him, yeah, you were right about the poison. It was engineered by Shell Pharmaceutical. Sheldon Lau is most probably heartless, but there's been no sign of him in weeks. And Dick says, yeah, most of his people were only working for him because he kidnapped their children. If they're freed, Heartless will have no hold over their parents. We should start searching every property he owns. And he tells Bruce and Barbara he'll join them soon. He wants to talk to his sister first. And Barbara said, yeah, she's gone on the ground since she was accused of working with her serial killer brother.
And look at what we have.
Yes, Zuko's there. Basically threatening everyone and beating up the bodyguard. And basically, he says, yeah, Heartless, wants the mayor for his own reasons, but he's like, he tells the mother, he didn't say anything about what happens to you. That's when Dick comes crashing through the window. Checks on the bodyguard. She says, I softened them up for you. Then Zuko's running out, and he calls Heartless, and he says, do you have the mayor? No, he's here. Dick Grayson is back. Dick just comes popping up. Dick Grayson? Zuko, I saw your face. And Dick, and I have your face on camera on the night my parents were murdered. I have the proof I need to see justice done. And again, this last page, I think this is clever by Tom Taylor. So we'll get to this. He says, I worked something out, Zuko, something a part of me always knew, and the guilt of it was pinning me down. The night at the circus, we changed the routine. I was supposed to jump first. I always had. As the Heartless is listening to this whole thing going, what? Because he says, you wanted to punish Haley Circus and my parents, but they were never the target. My parents weren't supposed to die. I was. Which, again, it makes kind of sense. Because, again, if you're going to have like a act with like a child and his parents, wouldn't the child go first? And then the parents would come second and do the more impressive stunts and stuff,
I mean, I would figure if you're trying to, it'll be revealed, but I figure if you're trying, you'd want to kill as many people, you'd want to kill the whole act if you were.
Yeah. But again, if you sabotage the trapeze, it's whoever's up there first is going to get it. Yeah. So, yeah. So what do you feel about that kind of addition to the history that that was fine in my opinion, because I saw some stuff online where they were like, something new is revealed about Dick's backstory, and I saw some people being kind of like, oh boy, not this again. So I liked that it wasn't that big of a change. It was kind of like in the Nightwing 4-parter where he changes suits, where he goes off and to that other country, and you're like, oh, is this going to change the story about his parents? Oh, the Denny one? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, nope, that was just, something random that happened before that, but it was still Tony Zuko that killed my parents. I liked that, how it kind of made you think they were going to go for this trope of like, oh, we got to make it different the whole time or something, but now.
Yeah, and I do like it. I do like stuff like this where it's like, yeah, you don't have to like change a lot of stuff to make it work. It works. It's just, oh yeah, his parents grabbed the bar before him. That's
right. It will be interesting though how they do this, or maybe it doesn't really matter with the Court of Owls stuff, because of course that's the only thing is they're getting like kind of other layers of stuff on here. Although I don't think that they've ever said that. It wasn't like, the Court of Owls wasn't killing Dick's parents, because I think the idea was like,
it
would just take him away whether Dick's parents were alive or not. But that could have added something.
Yeah, unless you get something somewhere where like, you see a Court of Owls agent basically just convincing the parents to go first or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but since I had seen some stuff about, oh, maybe it's changing, back in the day kind of stuff, I was like, oh boy, not this again. But
and maybe I'm not getting the point, but was it the addition of the poison? Because I'm like, this trauma didn't seem to affect Dick before he was poisoned, so was it just the poison kind of unlocked this? Or
my guess is it's just an intense form of survivor's guilt. I mean, they talk about that all the time. So
that's what I'm saying.
Sure
he's never exhibited it before, so was it just the trauma just made it worse, or the poison just made it worse?
Yes, like it unlocked that repressed memory.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, you're right. For this being 5 parts, at first it was kind of like, this is slow, and now it's fast.
Yeah, the pacing. Yeah, I don't know. The pacing isn't even between all the issues. Unless he thought he was getting more issues and they pared it down to 5 or something. I don't know.
Who knows? But I feel like that is often the way it is with comics and stuff. Is, I mean, think about all the crises. They spend so much time building and building and building up all the bad stuff. And then it's like, okay, and then we have a plan and we execute it and it's done in 5 pages.
Yeah. Again, it depends on the writing sometimes. And again, I don't know if it's just like scheduling or. Yeah, because again, we saw the long journey to get there, and then it's like, oh, he's back. Next page, he's back. Which again, I mean, I don't know how exciting it would be just to see him coming back, be like, yep, I'm gonna get there.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
just one of those things.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with Heartless. He's like, he hasn't been seen in weeks, so is he just sitting there letting people just like badmouth Dick Grayson? I guess. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yes, that's right. All 3 of the stories we talked about tonight are going to conclude next time. Oh, that's going to be next month. That's going to be a big time.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right.
Everything's coming together.
That's right. So, yeah, September, everything will, all these storylines will come to an end. And then October, we'll have all brand new stuff to talk about. Like, start all brand new stuff.
Yeah, also in October is when they start that new Batman and Robin one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. So, yeah, so we probably won't have Brave and the Bold talk about, but we'll have that to talk about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot that was October.
Absolutely.
Nice. I just had to check. Man. I was trying to see if next issue was like larger or something, but no. Looks like regular size issue. Oh my lord! Do you see the cover to 118? Basically him falling, but he's like, looks like he's all comfortable as he's falling. I'm like,
oh yes, okay, yeah. Now these, yeah.
Now he's just showing off.
Yep.
All right. So, anything else on these, or?
I think that's everything.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, in 1 month, we'll get the next of the new issues, but next time we'll get our classic issue. I believe, here, let me open the schedule. I believe we're going back to issue 7 and 8 of the Rebirth Nightwing, which we got started.
Yeah, we're back on Raptor.
Yes.
Which also has something to do with the circus.
Yes. That's the thing. That's, I mean, I get it, but sometimes it seems like a lot of people feel the temptation to just be like, either that they want to tie it somehow into Haley Circus, or even just like send him to a different circus or something, which I get. That's a big part of his backstory, but it's like every story doesn't have to be circus thing.
Well, it's just like, because every Batman movie needs us to show Bruce Wayne's parents dying. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean,
so often do.
show me a person, even if they've never read a comic, who doesn't know Batman's origin.
Right. That was one of the things that I thought honestly works pretty well about a lot of the TV series. Like in Batman 66, there's one comment, I think, in the first episode when he's like, yes, I have these anti-crime initiatives because my parents were killed by crime. And then it's like, we never talk about it again.
Never. Yeah, no.
It's like, according to Batman 66, Bruce Wayne is not Batman because of trauma. Bruce Wayne is just Batman because it's fun.
Because he's a good citizen.
Exactly. That's right.
All right. Yes. Next week we'll cover Nightwing 7 and 8, and then, like I said, in 1 month we'll cover the wrap ups to all 3 storylines we talked about today, and then at the other episode for September, a Kristen pick, we'll talk some Batman Wayne family adventures.
I love it so much.
All right. So so send us your thoughts on all of those. Because we have thoughts. All right. So send us your thoughts. Hold on. I have graphics to put up. Hold on. All right. Because we fancy. All right. So, send us your thoughts on all the new stuff again, especially next time, or once we get to all the last Tom Taylor issues. Tell us what you think, or heck, Tom, we'll talk. Come on, that'll be the perfect send off, Tom. Yes, come talk to us on the final issues. Yes. Again, and don't give me this. I live in Australia. I talk to people in Australia. We'll make it work.
I love Australia.
Yes. Talking #1 kangaroo fan right there. Come on. Kangaroos. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can find everything Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch. The classic stuff still there. Stay tuned for new Capes Lunatics merch. I can find there's a Cash App link. Little Hellfire demands that you just ran the money on us. just because.
Make it rain.
And of course the Patreon, where we try to give you, we do give you something new, uncensored, and exclusive just to you patrons every month. So you can find everything. Well, you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network, tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. And even more important than that, kids, if you, between the comics and this podcast, if you still can't get enough Dick Grayson in your life, you know what you got to do. Go to Amazon, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, right there. Watch the YouTube video. See, so easy, kids. Look, watch the YouTube video. There's the cover, so you know exactly what you're looking for. Put together by see right there, edited by Kristen. Yes. Oh, see, look, that's such an author move. She got the middle initial. Yes.
Let's make it look fancy.
I mean, if it was any more author, it would have been like KL. A lot of those fancy people love their first initial, middle initial. All right. So so again, you think you know everything Dick Grayson? No, you don't. So yes, go on Amazon, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, and of course, your purchase of that book, it does support an educator. So school's back in session, kids. So yes, support an educator. All right. So thank you for joining us. Again, next week, Nightwing 7 and 8 from the Rebirth era, 2016. And then in 1 month, yes, we wrap up Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing, on Titans, and we'll wrap up that Batman Brave and the Bold story. And if there's any new merch or anything, we'll let you know. Or any appearances. But I would assume we're going to see Dick again when Harley Quinn's coming back. What is it? I saw it. Was it October, November, I think?
Sorry, what's it? October, November?
Harley Quinn, the animated series is coming back. So
I was assuming that they would end Kite Man and then segue into Harley.
Maybe, yeah. Because we had that Dick cliffhanger. So stay tuned, kids. We'll keep you informed. But until that next time, join us same wing time,
same wing channel.
Nightwing News. Come on, kids, just fall into this podcast.